Hello, welcome to Black Economics TV. We have with us today Junior. Junior, I'm sure you are taking after your dad's name. So, what is your name, your proper name, apart from Junior?
Do you know what? Funnily enough, my proper name is Junior. I guess
Oh,
that's
is
the
it?
catch. Yeah, yeah. A lot of
Oh,
people assume it's my dad's name, but yeah, my on my government it will be Junior. But my middle name is my dad's name. I can give you that.
okay. All right. Well, pleased to meet you, Junior. Junior is
Likewise.
a YouTuber. He's been putting out some information on YouTube for a while now, and he's going to give us some details on that. So, what's the name of your YouTube channel?
Yeah. So the name is J Flex. You spell that Jay and then Flex. So that's Flex. If you're searching that on YouTube, it might not come up. So you have to add JFlex and then add a REAL after it. Then it will definitely come up. So
Oh, real. Okay.
yeah, JFlex Raw.
Okay. Does that mean there are J Flex fakes out there then? There are the J Flexes.
There's other JFlexes, yeah.
Oh, I
So
see. Right. Okay.
my channel, in terms of like video views from my long form videos, it's at least over 5 million at the moment. In terms of subscribers, I'm nearing 50,000. And yeah, like it's been a mad amount of growth in the last couple of months, especially now that I'm taking it a lot more seriously. And I've started like just around 2 years ago.
Okay. Started 2 years ago. Okay. So
Yeah.
when did you get monetized?
I actually got monetized the first month and a bit, and the
Oh,
first like five
wow. That was
weeks.
fast.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Wow.
I will say that the niche that I was in, what like allowed me to gain subscribers very quickly. I definitely think with what like because I've seen other like YouTubers and it depends on what niche they're in. Some people can take like a lot longer. And for me, I was on the very short side. Like for me, like you that is rare you see someone get monetized that quickly. But it also depends. Like the niche I was in, it makes more sense.
Okay. And what niche is that?
So if we're looking at it from like holistically, like I would be in the reaction space.
Okay.
But more specifically, I react well at the beginning I was reacting to um I would say just like comedy, like American like comedians, and every now and then there'll be something going on like internationally with like a singer, like some artists from different countries.
Hmm.
That was what started my journey on YouTube.
Hmm. Hmm. And what made you want to do that?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I so prior to YouTube, I didn't actually think I was ever gonna do anything like this. It wasn't really something that I wanted to do per se. But I remember my sister who um had started a channel, like from my perspective, she was doing it for fun. She might say it was a bit more intentional, but yeah, so she started a YouTube channel. She got monetized. She told me, "Oh, yo, Jay, you should check this out. Like, I'm getting subscribers." And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool. I'll look into it." I didn't really end up looking into it. I was like still in the midst of like my college or my university studies, so I wasn't really trying to look elsewhere. But then one day, like she just showed me a video that like did really well for her, and I was like, okay, let me test this out. So I started a YouTube channel. I kind of did similar things to what she was doing at the time, and then I started gaining subscribers, and then from that point onwards, I was like, oh, do you know what? Okay, there might be something to this, and that's kind of like how I fell into it. It was kind of like by accident in a way.
All right. So your sister was doing it first then?
She was, yeah, yeah, she
Okay.
was.
She's still doing it?
Yeah, she still does it now, but obviously with her, she's got university at the moment, so it's hard for her to
Mm.
juggle that with her YouTube.
Okay.
So,
All right. So tell me, what's the most you've earned from YouTube in a month?
oh, hold on. Yeah, okay, the most I've earned. Okay, so from YouTube, yeah, it will be like over. £3,000. Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Well, that's a salary. Better than most people.
right,
So good
right.
for you. Well done.
I
All
appreciate it.
right. So what's your plans in terms of growing the channel?
Yeah, I plan to do continue what I'm doing at the moment with my reactions and the style of content. Um, so like naturally that's gonna continue to progress and grow like with the content I'm putting out. So as I gain the subscribers and I'm doing those kinds of things, I want to try and leverage like what I'm doing with my platform and the income and the platform to start diversifying myself onto other platforms like TikTok, Instagram. I also I'm planning on maybe outsourcing some of my like editing and like clip stuff to other people so I can focus on potentially getting more hands-on with the content that I'm doing at the moment. My main my main form of video is me like sitting up behind my desk reacting to videos, but I do plan on eventually going out into the public and incorporating maybe some sort of like a live stream type of content or some IRL, some in real life interviews that I might do with like people in real life and scale it that way. So that's just some
Okay.
things I'm thinking about.
All right. So you said you want to start doing some of this on TikTok and Instagram as well. Are you not on them at the moment?
So I'm on TikTok at the moment. Instagram's a bit different. I mainly kind of use that as of now as like a behind the scenes stuff. So you see a little bit more of what I do in my personal life on there.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
TikTok, I've got a little bit of a following at the moment. Well, I say little depends on how you look at it, right? But I've got like
Mhm.
around 10,000 followers
Oh,
on there. And I have
you call that
shorts.
little, huh?
It, do you know what? It depends on how you want to look at it, right? But I guess I'm thinking from like bigger picture perspective, but no, it's 10,000 is quite a lot.
Mm.
And on there at the moment, I've had shorts that I posted from way back. Like I used to be a lot more into shorts. I'll post like my long form videos on there into short form TikToks. So that's how
Mm.
I initially got to 10,000. But since then, I've kind of taken a back burner to focus more on the main channel. So in terms
Okay.
of outside of YouTube and Instagram, I mean, if TikTok and Instagram is kind of on a halt, but like that's what's
Mm.
there at the moment.
Okay. That's interesting. So your focus initially sounds like it was more the long form videos on YouTube when you weren't doing much on the other platforms.
Yeah, yeah,
And then once you did start to do promotion, say on TikTok, did that help your channel?
yeah, definitely did.
Okay.
Um, yeah, for sure. TikTok, it depends on, for me, it's a little bit different because my audience is a lot more focused. Well, it's more inclined to a YouTube audience. I think a YouTube audience tends to be a lot older, and with TikTok, I'm sure a lot of you guys may know a lot of kids are on there.
Mm.
So, um, when I did post stuff on TikTok, I'd mainly be like targeting a younger audience, which is so it didn't travel as far. But at
Yeah.
least when I was posting, it definitely was helpful, and I do plan on getting back into it and trying to figure out the algorithm a bit more
Okay. Okay.
because it was
I
helpful.
think I understand what you're saying about an older audience because you had one of your videos where you were talking about Prince and your first impression of Prince. Now,
Right.
older audiences would know all about Prince, but the youngsters probably be like, "Oh, who's Prince?" You know?
Right. I was one of them even. I didn't know who Prince was until like 2 months ago.
Oh my
Or two,
goodness!
3 months ago,
Wow.
something like that.
Do you?
How old am I?
Mm,
20, I'm 22.
22. Okay. So when Prince was
Just
in his
turned.
heyday, you were running around probably 2, 3 year old, yeah?
Right. Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So have you heard quite a few of his numbers now? Can you tell me a Prince song?
Yeah, I could. Yeah. Do you know what? Yeah, I name quite a few. I like When the Doves Cry. I like Purple Rain. I like um if we're going through his Purple Rain album, I've listened to quite a few of those songs. I'm terrible with the names, but I've pretty much listened to the whole album, and I've listened to his Sign of the Times album as well. And I'm also planning on checking out his 1999 album. But
Mm.
I like so many of Prince's songs, and like he's got such like unique um style of music. And anytime I go into like 70s and I check out 70s, 80s music, it's just like going into a whole different world. And Prince is just one of those individuals that's like one of a kind, man. I've seen his live performances as well. Like I'm just like I'm shocked at what I was seeing. So yeah,
Really?
it's
Oh,
crazy.
yeah. Yeah, it's a pity that he went so soon, you know?
Yeah, rest in
Yeah,
peace to him, man. And from what I heard, one
exactly.
of his like band members that performed with him recently passed as well. I think her name's Katz.
Oh, really? Oh
Yeah.
my
So I know he
God.
used to perform with people like Sheila E.
Yeah, yeah.
And Cat. These are all people, by the way, these are all people that I just recently discovered. So I know it sounded like I've been knowing about this, but it's all through my reactions and like my like let's say older Gen X, older millennials, boomer audience. I just say that if you to give you a picture of the age range, like they just been telling me, yeah, check these guys out, and then that's just how the journey started.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's really good. Okay.
Yeah, so I've done
Well, I thought
quite
that
a
was
bit.
a fascinating video and a number of the other things that you do as well. People really should check it out. So well done there. So let's
Thank
go
you.
back a bit. Let's talk about your sort of your younger days, your childhood, your upbringing, your education. Let's go back a bit. Tell us your life story.
Okay, yeah. So guess where do I start? I grew up. So I was born in King's College. And I grew
Born
up.
in King's College.
Yeah, that's the hospital at least I came
Oh, I
out.
see. Oh, right.
Yeah.
Not the college itself.
No, no. Can
Okay.
imagine.
Where is
Um,
King's College?
it's like I, I don't know if my head. It's like near Camberwell,
Okay,
near
so Southeast London.
yeah, in that range.
Okay.
Yeah, uh, yeah. I might be wrong. I might be wrong, but I'll probably fact check
Well,
that.
it's
Say
south
that
of
with
the river
asterisks.
anyway, yeah? South London.
Yeah, South London. And so I grew up my whole life, even till now in Southeast London. I grew up in Bromley, and yeah. So since then, like just kind of like a solid solid upbringing. I can't really complain. Um, Parents were like they were definitely. So my parents are both Nigerian, and I think they both had the mindset of ensuring that like I integrate into the area that I'm in because I grew up in quite a like white neighborhood. I remember being like one of let's say three black kids in my class. So yeah, like I was kind of thrown into this like suburban like white neighborhood and just trying to make friends. And my parents definitely wanted me to kind of integrate. So I go through the years, primary school. I'm still in Bromley. I went to Harris for secondary school, again in Southeast London. A lot more mixed now, different types of kids from all over. Like that was whole experience. And then uh, for college or university, I ended up in Queen Mary's. I'm just kind of giving you, like, I guess, the overview, and I don't know if you'd want to like
Yeah,
get into the
that's fine. That's
specifics, but
fine.
yeah, that's just kind of been my journey so far. And then, yeah, university, starting YouTube, and this is where I'm at now after graduating.
Okay, so what did you study at university?
I study maths, straight maths.
Oh, fantastic. You're a mathematician.
Yeah,
Oh, that's fantastic. So am I. I did a degree in maths as well. That's
okay, wow, okay.
brilliant. Well done.
Fellow,
Which university did you
gone.
go? Oh, you said you went to Queen
Queen
Mary.
Mary's, Queen Mary,
Oh,
yeah.
well done. So did you live away from home or were you at home while you were studying?
I was still at home. My mom was. I intended to go outside of London, but didn't go as planned in terms of like grades wise. So I ended up going to Queen Mary's, and I
Okay.
enjoyed my time there. And yeah, I ended up staying from home.
Oh,
My
okay,
mum was
okay. Well,
definitely like that.
oh, I'm sure she did. I'm sure she did. Fantastic. So, are you still in touch with a number of the university friends you made?
Yeah, yeah. To be fair though, I could try and get in touch with them a bit more, but I feel like I don't know what it is. Like as soon as you finish like secondary school, like you know when your friends just start to like dwindle, and then you get to college. And I think maybe it's like the nature of the fact that like with a lot of London unis, because a lot of us came from home, it was never really like we were on campus together a lot of the times and we was really
Oh,
together. Especially
yeah.
like that was during COVID, so a lot of us were from home.
Wow.
We're doing our studies from home, so I'd only see them like once a week. So it wasn't like I was really building some serious connections. But from the people that I did end up being good friends with, like I talk to them here and there. I would
Okay.
like to talk to them more, to be fair.
Yeah,
Never
it's
got around to it.
also good to be able to keep up with what, at least 10 of them are doing. So, as you journey throughout life, you
Yeah,
did more or less similar degrees. What careers have others gone on to do? Have any of them become business owners? And that
right.
kind of networking also helps.
Yeah, definitely.
Tell me, in terms of education, how did you feel that you managed in education along with your peers, other black students, other white students?
Primary school was okay because like at that age, still don't really like I haven't really fully formulated like some of my thoughts and stuff like that. And at that time I was just focused on playing with Legos and all that stuff. So like primary school was kind of like a blur, but I definitely think that transition from primary to secondary was where things started to get difficult. At least for me in the sense that when it comes to the environment that I integrated. So I went from like a predominantly white school to a very mixed school, like all different backgrounds. Um, I really struggled with integrating with other kids that were like where I was from, if that makes sense, or like other black kids or kids that were from like just different areas of like Southeast London. And I think that in terms of yeah, I definitely think that with that transition there could have been a little bit more like support in that sense. Um, because I think it's a lot. Like even I'm trying to figure out like why I'm not like getting along. I'm trying to figure out why that I'm being treated differently and stuff like that. Um, and I'm sure there would have been there was some support systems in place, but I also think there's also that element of like you don't want to be that kid that um is going around like crying to all the teachers and stuff like that. And it was kind of just difficult, like to navigate, at least the first couple of years of secondary. I
Oh,
think towards the latter end, and then after that, I think a big part of me being all right was just me kind of coming into my home support system at home and learning about who I am and what the things that are important to me and like things and stuff like that that kind of helped me navigate through that kind of stuff.
hmm. Yeah. And I think a number of young people have that same situation. And you're right, if things are happening in the playground, you don't want to be the kind of person that goes to the teacher and complain every minute. They'll
Right.
think, oh, he squeals or he can't fight for himself. Or so, yeah, I think a number of students go through that. So you navigated that and you managed all right. When you got to university, how did you find that?
I was yeah, I thought university was pretty good.
Mm.
I think at that point, uh I think everyone's more that mindset. People a little bit mature in the sense that you kind of just like find your own group.
Yeah.
Um there's not really like a clique style like that's not really as much influence or like popular kids. At least I know when one thing that actually surprised me when I got to university was I was expecting there to be some sort of like like hierarchy, social hierarchy. Like, okay, if you're in like third year, like you are the cool kids, and you can't talk to a third year type of thing because you're first year or something like that. But when I
Mm,
got there, everyone was talking and mingling with everyone, and I kind of found
yeah.
that. I mean, I'm sure that's probably a norm, but for me, that was
Mm.
like, whoa, okay, I was not expecting that.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, that was pretty good.
Did you join some of the clubs and
Mhm.
societies at university?
Yeah, I was part of ACS. Sure some quite a few people may be familiar with that. Some African Caribbean Society. Um, I was part of that for a little bit, but I wasn't too involved in societies in my university, to be fair. Spent a lot of my time commuting, so a lot of the commutes were just difficult. So
Yeah, I think when you stay at home for your university life, it is different to when you move away.
yeah,
You know,
definitely, definitely,
um,
definitely.
in some ways you kind of miss out a little bit because you still have the home comforts where things have been done for you, whereas when you go away to university, you have to set up home,
Yeah,
you have to usually cook for yourself, shop for yourself, and so it's different. It's a different
yeah,
experience. Okay, so
definitely.
in terms of your having your degree now, you decided to take some time out before you went into a career, is that right?
Yeah, yeah. Just some
Okay.
time out to see, I guess, what I can do with this YouTube stuff, really.
Okay, great. All right.
Yeah.
Um, and before you made that decision, what sort of careers were you thinking of going into?
Yeah, so I was thinking of getting into um being a data analyst. I quite like the statistical, like
Mm,
analytical side of maths, like
yeah.
out of all the like areas that I studied. I also looked into like actuary, I looked into accounting. Uh yeah, those are the main ones that kind of interested me.
Mm, yeah. Okay. All right. Which depends on how things go with your business. You may or may not go into.
Right, right. I mean,
Totally up
I
to you.
definitely, yeah, right, exactly. Hmm.
I mean, life is in your hands, and you have, you're in the situation where you have decisions that you can make that you feel you want to take you through. And the thing with
Yeah.
being in business is that you can have unlimited income depending on what you do. If you go into
Hmm.
work, then you have a stable income, same amount coming in every month, but it's not so easy as to double, treble, or more your
Yeah,
income.
yeah.
So you know best. Okay. And what do your parents think about what you're doing?
Right. Um, I think at first they they were more so just like as long as you finish your education, as long as you get your degree, they were like they
Mm,
don't mind what I do. So a lot of what I'm doing now is like post getting the degree. Like before I was doing YouTube just like on the side when I was in university. So they was yeah, that's what they were mainly saying. And when I finished, it was more so that they were saying, okay, within like we'll give you like solid solid amount of time to see what this YouTube thing can do. Like they weren't completely against it. Like they saw that there's potential there,
yeah.
um, in a financial sense. But
Mm,
yeah, they were just like, we want you to have like a stable kind of income. We don't want you to be
yeah.
sitting around doing nothing.
Yeah.
And I guess with the online world, is for them, they're not as privy to it. It's a bit new to them. So I guess they're
Mm,
kind of just playing it by ear and seeing how I'm going about things.
okay. Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I wish you all success, every success in what you're doing. I would
Thank you.
imagine in the next few months you probably double your subscriber numbers and
All
you'll
right.
soon
God
be off
willing.
the chain.
hopefully if everything goes well.
Watch out, KSI.
Right. Right, yeah, no, exactly. He's my main target. He's my main target. I have
Is
him on the
he?
wall. Put him on the
Oh,
wall, make sure that
really?
yeah, yeah. Put him on the wall, him and some other creators, and I just tick them
Yeah.
off every time I surpass them.
Okay, well
Yeah.
done, well
Hell
done.
yeah.
Good for you.
Thank you.
All right, well, thank you very much for your time today. And
Thank you for having me.
hopefully you will inspire a few other people to do something similar or maybe slightly different, but
All
also it'd
right.
be good if people connected with you. I think that'd be really good as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I got my email, like usually if people want to connect with me, I got my email at it's my YouTube handle, so it'll be jflexraw@gmail.com. That's where I mainly look at like well, that's where all my like business inquiries go through. So if anyone
Okay,
wants to reach out
fantastic.
through me, that'll be the best way.
All right then. Okay. Have you had any sponsorship?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Well done. Okay, well, keep up doing what you're doing.